The Venus Project offers a blueprint for creating a sustainable society. This project is built upon the passion of a man who believed that we are inherently good-natured and that the systems that run the world are responsible for the corruption that plagues our world. This man is Jaque Fresco, and he spent more than 70 years perfecting his vision of a better world using science, technology, and faith in humanity. This video is dedicated to Jaque Fresco and his vision for a better world. Stay tuned to learn about the life work of Jaque Fresco and his philosophy of socio-cyberneering. Jaque Fresco, born on March 13, 1916, was a visionary futurist and self-proclaimed social engineer whose life work was centered around reimagining human civilization. He saw societies as complex organisms similar to living organisms. For him, cities must be built to resemble living cells and channel resources and energy in a life-promoting way. In contrast to that, he saw the current profit over all social systems as cancerous and deadly in the long term. He believed that such a system would eventually lead to self-destruction. Fresco was a bit like Leonardo da Vinci, a creative thinker who learned on his own. He explored lots of different areas and made a big impact on things like design, how people live together, and taking care of the environment. Growing up in a Sephardi Jewish household in Bensonhurst, New York, Fresco's formative years were marked by curiosity, spurred by conversations on science, philosophy, and the future. His exposure to great thinkers such as Charles Darwin and Albert Einstein ignited a lifelong fascination with scientific exploration and the potential for human advancement. Fresco's journey into the world of design began with his work at the Douglas Aircraft Company in California during the late 1930s. Notably ahead of his time, he conceived designs for innovative aircraft, including a flying wing and a disc-shaped aircraft. Despite encountering resistance due to the unconventional nature of his concepts, Fresco's imagination and dedication to pushing boundaries remained undeterred. The crowning jewel of Fresco's legacy is the Venus Project, which is a groundbreaking vision that he co-founded with Roxanne Meadows in 1985. At its core, the Venus Project is a vision for an entirely new societal structure based on the principles of what he calls socio-cyberneering. We'll return to socio-cyberneering later in this video. Fresco's dream was to create a society where scarcity is eliminated thanks to a design that aligns with how nature sustains life. In the Venus Project's resource-based economy, goods and services are accessed based on need rather than an economy that's manipulated by big corporations. This fair approach to value distribution aims to eradicate poverty, promote environmental sustainability, and unleash the full creative potential of humanity. Jaque Fresco's journey was marked by a conviction that human nature, when nurtured in an environment that respects natural laws, could flourish and create a society that transcends scarcity, injustice, and environmental degradation. The reason behind the current world problems comes from human nature being subjected to toxic societal conditioning that brings out the worst in many people. His faith in humanity's capacity for compassion, creativity, and communion was a driving force behind his lifelong commitment to the Venus Project's ideals. Fresco's dedication extended beyond the conceptual realm. He was a charismatic and passionate speaker who sought to engage audiences around the world. His lectures and talks resonated with people from various walks of life, sparking thought-provoking discussions and igniting curiosities about the possibilities of a future shaped by the benevolent use of technology. His speeches were marked not only by the depth of his insights, but also by his passion to inspire others to actively contribute to a better world. Fresco's passion was contagious. His emphasis on education, critical thinking, and cooperation resonated deeply with those who shared his optimism. And his optimism wasn't naive to any means, though his faith in humanity might seem to many as unrealistic. Many found themselves drawn to his vision, inspired by his conviction that positive change was not only possible, but necessary. Central to the Venus Project is the concept of resource management through advanced automation, which AIs can do these days quite easily. Fresco envisioned circular cities that are ecologically balanced and designed with cutting-edge technologies, ensuring efficient use of resources. He thought of a city as a living organism, similar to a cell or a body. As a matter of fact, he modeled his cities around cellular dynamics. Fresco's ideas gained popularity through various avenues, including lectures, writings, and collaborations. His appearance in the documentary Zeitgeist Addendum brought his vision to a broader audience, inspiring discussions about the potential of technology to shape a brighter future. Despite encountering both skepticism and enthusiasm, Fresco remained persistent in his passion to this new societal paradigm that he believed in passionately. You can feel his passion and his authenticity whenever he gives a lecture or appears in an interview. One of the best examples is his interview with Larry King. Jacque Fresco's passing at the age of 101 in 2017 was a loss because he passionately spent his life designing a world where we don't self-destruct because of our current world systems. His ideas continue through the Venus Project, keeping his legacy alive. Fresco's philosophy is deeply rooted in the concept of relativity and the recognition of the limitations of human understanding. He often pointed out that all things are relative, emphasizing that while we can strive to understand the world around us, our knowledge is always bounded by what we are capable of perceiving and receiving. Fresco's philosophy also delved into the misuse of knowledge and technology. He warned against powerful tools like atomic bombs falling into the hands of foolish individuals in powerful positions. He argued that decisions rooted in greed and power-seeking, which are marks of low consciousness, often lead to destructive outcomes. Fresco firmly believed that the money-driven and materialistic society was fundamentally flawed. He said that history would view our current society as a low point in human development because of the built-in systematic greed of the current world order. He challenged the belief in competition as a norm, attributing its prevalence to societal conditioning. The profit overall nature of the current world order disrupts natural harmony. And when we're talking about the current world order, we're not advocating for the new world order that the WEF and figures like Klaus Schwab and Bill Gates are trying to sell us. We're merely attempting to reclaim those words and expressions and use them to promote a great awakening instead of a false great reset narrative. I'm only saying this because we received a comment in our previous video about the Venus Project that pointed out that our video sounds like one of those WEF plans in disguise. I assure you that More Than a Label is a channel with one purpose, and that purpose is spiritual growth, especially on an individual level. We only share the knowledge we love and our love for knowledge with our small community of subscribers. So, thanks for pointing that out in the comment. Let's go back to Jaque Fresco. He emphasized that a society driven by individuals and entities pursuing self-interest ultimately leads to self-annihilation. If a cell goes rogue in an organism, it's essentially a cancer that might destroy the whole body. In Fresco's envisioned society, there would be no mayors, politicians, or manipulative bureaucracy to navigate. Any position or system that can be abused by psychopathic individuals and greedy people has no place in his vision. Society should be community-based and seek to enrich the lives of their community members based on their genuine needs and authentic capabilities and skills, which is not a far-fetched form of society. Access to education, arts, and other amenities would be universally available, transcending socioeconomic barriers. He proposed a society that utilized technology to address problems intelligently, likening that to the Apollo moon landing as an example of what collective effort could achieve. Fresco talked a lot about harnessing clean energy from the Earth's natural heat, specifically volcanic energy. He rejected the use of nuclear weapons and arms races. He advocated for redirecting scientific efforts toward harnessing clean energy and non-exploitative technologies. Fresco argued that the choice to create a more prosperous and just world rested with individuals. It's our willingness to challenge economic corruption and corrupt ideologies that will win us the battle against them. In Fresco's vision, Human problems transcended racial, cultural, and gender divisions. He sees those divisions as artificially created by the current system to socially engineer the masses by division. He rejected the idea of controlling the population through restrictive measures, placing emphasis on education as a means to address challenges without suppressing liberty. In an era marked by global challenges such as potential climate change, resource depletion, and social malice, Fresco's Venus project serves as a beacon of hope and a reminder that innovation, compassion, and collective effort can pave the way for a world that transcends the limitations of the present. At the heart of Jaque Fresco's visionary teamwork lies the concept of social cyberneering, a term that encapsulates his ambition to design societies beyond the constraints of scarcity. Rooted in cybernetics, the study of control and communication in living organisms and machines, social cyberneering represents Fresco's audacious attempt to reshape human civilization through technological innovation and resource-based economies. This revolutionary concept envisions a future where technology and automation combine to eliminate scarcity and foster equitable access to resources, thereby transcending traditional economic paradigms. Central to social cyberneering is the concept of post-scarcity societies, wherein the application of advanced technology ensures the availability of essential goods and services to all members of the community. Fresco's vision seeks to dismantle the existing monetary system, replacing it with a resource-based economy where the focus shifts from individual wealth accumulation to the collective well-being of society. This paradigm envisions technology-driven systems that optimize resource allocation, minimize waste, and eliminate social disparities. I'm sure you're thinking this sounds too utopian, and you're right to think so. The term utopia originates from the Greek words ou, not, and topos, place, meaning no place or nowhere. Over time, the term has come to symbolize an idealized and often unattainable vision of a perfect society. While the concept of post-scarcity societies outlined by Fresco's social cyberneering may indeed appear utopian in nature, we should recognize that utopian ideals can serve as a source of inspiration rather than an absolute blueprint. Fresco's ideas echo the duality of the word utopia, as they simultaneously embody both the aspirational nature of an ideal world and the challenges of realizing such a world within the complexities of reality. The skepticism surrounding utopian visions is rooted in concerns about practical implementation, social resistance, and unintended consequences. Transitioning to resource-based economies and post-scarcity societies might seem far-reached, but history offers glimpses of the successful integration of utopian concepts. Modern intentional communities like the eco-village movement showcase how groups of individuals can come together to experiment with alternative social and economic structures. This is what socio-cyberneering is all about. It's about experimenting with new ways of living beyond what the current world order offers in big cities, which is something many people are waking up to all over the world. Advancements in technology continue to blur the lines between the imagined and the achievable. Automation, renewable energy, and artificial intelligence present opportunities to reshape production and distribution systems, potentially paving the way for new ways of engineering societal systems that cater to our good nature and need for being in a community. We are social beings, meaning we live together. So it's foolish of us to let corrupt economic systems socially engineer us to be divided and egoistic. While it's true that the transition to resource-based economies and post-scarcity societies is too much wishful thinking, essence of Fresco's ideas remains valuable. Integrating aspects of social cyberneering and resource-based economies can spark practical discussions, inspire innovative solutions, and drive societal progress. The pursuit of such ideals serves as a guiding star. The time calls for optimism. We leave pessimism for a better time. So, what do you think about the Venus Project and Jaque Fresco's vision? Is it achievable? And more importantly, do you think he's right about human nature? Is it the systems that run the world that corrupt it? Or is it something much deeper than that? Share your thoughts with us in the comment section. Please support our channel if you like this video. God bless you.